is a robber trying to jump into your neighbor's garden. What will you do? A robber is going in your neighbor's garden. Suppose you see from your window that a robber is jumping in your neighbor's garden. What will you do?
Ma'am, I will inform my parents.
Okay. You will call your parents?
Yes, ma'am, and then they will call the neighbor.
You can call your parents or you can call police also? No.
Yes, ma'am, police.
No, parents also you can call. That is also correct. They can call the police.
Yes, ma'am, because we are small children, so police think that this is a wrong number. So we can call the parents, and then the parents can call police.
And you can call neighbors also. If you are known to the neighbor and you have the number, then you can call the neighbors also and tell them. है ना? Okay, so question answers are over and we can write the summary. But how will you write the summary? Because it is not given single story is not there. So what will you write in the summary? How should you start?
Where you are understanding the message?
Nowhere. I just told. One line you can write.
Write them in our copy.
Beta, how many times 8th chapter we are doing? Same answer, same question. How many times I have to answer?
सो यूनिट सेकंड मैं आपको बता चुका हूं कि हम लोगों को प्रोडक्शन प्लानिंग और कंट्रोल ये तीनों चीज़ों के बारे में जानना है। हमने प्रोडक्शन के बारे में जानना है। हमें पता होना चाहिए कि हमारे जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं वो कितने तरह के होते हैं और हम कितने तरह का जो है प्रोडक्शन हम करते हैं। जैसे कि आपको पता है कि मास प्रोडक्शन एक चीज़ होती है, जॉब प्रोडक्शन एक चीज़ होती है, ठीक है जी। और इसी तरीके से हम जो प्लानिंग करते हैं, हमारी ईयरली प्लानिंग क्या हो, लोगों को अपने जॉब के साथ किस तरीके से सेटिस्फेक्शन मिले, हम किस तरीके से ऑर्डर दें कि हमारी जो ऑर्डर क्वांटिटी है उसकी जो कॉस्ट है वो मिनिमम पड़े। तो ये सारी चीज़ें प्लानिंग में आती हैं। एंड इन केस ऑफ कंट्रोल कि हम लगातार अपनी चीज़ों को बाज़ार की आउटपुट की फीडबैक से हमारे सेट टारगेट को बार बार हम मिलाते रहें और जो भी उनके बीच में डिफरेंस आ रहा है या मार्केट में जो भी फ्लक्चुएशन आ रहा है उसके साथ हम अपने आप को कोप अप कर सकें और इस तरीके से करके ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हम लोग फ़ायदा उठाने की कोशिश करें, प्रॉफिट बनाने की कोशिश करें। हमारे जो जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, चाहे वो वर्कर हैं, चाहे हमारे ट्रेडर्स हैं, चाहे दूसरे लोग हैं, उन सभी का बेनिफिट हो, इस तरीके से हमको प्लानिंग करनी चाहिए। तो इस पर्टिकुलर क्लास में हम लोग प्रोडक्शन के बारे में, प्लानिंग के बारे में और कंट्रोल के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। सो दोस्तों, ये वो टॉपिक हैं जो हमको इस पर्टिकुलर क्लास में कवर करने हैं कि प्रोडक्शन के अलग अलग तरीके कौन से हैं, देन प्रोडक्ट के टाइप अलग अलग कौन से हैं, डिमांड की फोरकास्टिंग हम कैसे करें कि किस चीज़ की जो है वो ज़रूरत है, कब हमें उसकी ख़रीदारी करनी है, कौन सा क्राइटेरिया बेस्ट क्राइटेरिया है, हमें शॉर्ट टर्म फोरकास्टिंग की ज़रूरत रहती है, मिड टर्म फोरकास्टिंग की ज़रूरत रहती है, लॉन्ग टर्म फोरकास्टिंग की ज़रूरत रहती है और कौन सा इसके बीच में हम किस तरीके से कोई क्राइटेरिया निकालें जो हमारे पर्टिकुलर प्लांट के लिए, हमारी पर्टिकुलर इंडस्ट्री के लिए वो बेस्ट क्राइटेरिया कहलाए। और इसी तरीके से हम किस तरीके से सेल्स की फोरकास्टिंग कर सकें कि हमारा कितना सामान कब बिकेगा, डेमोग्राफिक एनालिसिस के हिसाब से, मौसम के हिसाब से, हमारे कस्टमर के हिसाब से, हमारे कंज्यूमर के हिसाब से। तो ये सब चीज़ें जो है वो हम डिसाइड कर पाएँ ताकि ना तो मार्केट में हमारा माल सरप्लस हो, ना हमारा माल कम पड़े और हमारे जो एक्सपेंडिचर्स हैं वो मिनिमम आए। तो ये सारी चीज़ें आज हम जानेंगे इस क्लास में। सो दोस्तों, प्रोडक्शन जो होता है आपने पहले भी पढ़ा होगा, प्रोडक्शन हम तीन तरीके से जॉब ऑर्डर, बैच ऑर्डर और कंटिन्यूस प्रोडक्शन। 3 तरीके से हम इसको डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं, क्लासिफाई करते हैं। मैनी मेथड्स ऑफ द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग आर यूज फॉर प्रोडक्शन पर्पसेज। द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सिस्टम वेरीज फ्रॉम फैक्ट्री टू फैक्ट्री एंड फ्रॉम प्रोडक्ट टू प्रोडक्ट। हाउएवर, one of the most important issue is production volume proposed to be produced। कितना हमको प्रोडक्शन वॉल्यूम बनाना है, कितने नंबर ऑफ पार्ट्स बनाने हैं। तो कोई चीज़ है जो कि किसी पर्टिकुलर ऑर्डर पे जब बनाई जाती है, स्पेसिफिक ऑर्डर पे जब बनाई जाती है, जैसे दिवाली में आप किसी को गिफ्ट देते हैं, तो गिफ्ट कौन सा देना है उसका पर्टिकुलर ऑर्डर किसी दुकान पे देते हैं कि इतने डब्बे ड्राई फ्रूट के बना दीजिए। तो जॉब ऑर्डर है, एक पर्टिकुलर चीज़ आप मेरे हिसाब से बनाइए, वो जॉब ऑर्डर है। और जैसे बैच ऑर्डर का मतलब होता है कि बैच में जैसे दवाइयाँ बनती हैं, बैच में जैसे पेंट इंडस्ट्री में कि एक पर्टिकुलर टाइप का पेंट का जो है वो एक बैच निकलता है, फिर डिमांड जनरेट होती है, फिर दूसरा बैच निकालते हैं। तीसरी चीज़ है कंटिन्यूस प्रोडक्शन। कंटिन्यूस प्रोडक्शन जैसे हमें मालूम है कि भाई आटा है, चावल है, चीनी है, दाल है, इसके अलावा पोहा है, तो जिनका कंटिन्यूस कंजप्शन होता है उनका कंटिन्यूस प्रोडक्शन भी करना ज़रूरी होता है। इंडस्ट्री में भी ऐसा ही है कि उनकी डिमांड में थोड़ा बहुत, जैसे बिस्किट्स हैं या दूसरी FMCGs हैं, तो उसमें डिमांड में थोड़ा बहुत तो इधर उधर फ़र्क आता है, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं कि उनका प्रोडक्शन रोक दिया जाए या कम कर दिया जाए, वो कंटिन्यूस प्रोडक्शन है। सो जॉब ऑर्डर प्रोडक्शन की अगर मैं बात करूं, द जॉब ऑर्डर प्रोडक्शन सिस्टम इज कैरेक्टराइज्ड by the low production volume. It is related with manufacture of products to meet the specific consumer requirement. The quantity to be produced is small, usually concerned with special projects, special machineries or equipment to perform specialized and specific tasks. Large turbo generators, boilers, processing equipments, material handling equipment and shipbuilding etc. are example of this production group. 3 types of the job order production can be defined according to the regularity of manufacture as follows. Small number of the products produced only once, a small number of the pieces produced intermittently when need arise, a small number of the pieces produced periodically at known time intervals. When the order is to be executed only once, there is a little scope for the improvement of the manufacturing technique by introducing intricate methods, studies, special tools, jigs and fixture etc. तो जॉब प्रोडक्शन जो है उसका मतलब ही ये है कि एज पर दी रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ दी कस्टमर आपको उसको बनाना है। जैसे देखिए, एक दुकान में जॉब प्रोडक्शन भी हो सकता है और उसी दुकान के अंदर जो है बैच प्रोडक्शन भी हो सकता है। जो फैब्रिकेटर्स होते हैं, जैसे आपके खिड़की, दरवाजे, ये सारी चीज़ें जो होती हैं, आप जो अपना ऑर्डर देते हैं उसके हिसाब से वो बनाते हैं। और कुछ खिड़की दरवाजे तैयार भी होते हैं, आप उनको उठाकर डायरेक्टली यूज़ भी कर सकते हैं। तो ये जॉब ऑर्डर प्रोडक्शन का एग्जांपल है, जब आप अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से, स्पेसिफिक रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से आप जिस चीज़ को बनवाते हैं वो जॉब ऑर्डर प्रोडक्शन कहलाता है। नाउ इसका जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं वो हैं, Number 1, commonly used to meet a particular consumer need. Second, a wide variety of the skilled worker conversant with manufacturing of various jobs will be needed. Production equipments are mostly general purpose and flexible to meet specific consumer orders, which varies from time to time. Flexible financing may be required in view of the variation in workload. A large inventory of raw material, tools, finished component and parts will be required. Production lot size is generally small. Product variety is generally very high. Now the limitation of the job order production are insufficient utilization of the machine and manpower possible due to the less workload, so there is no scope of the commercial economy of this production system. Since the purchase of the raw material is less, so raw material shall cost slightly more. In view of handling of different type of jobs only skilled and intelligent workers are required, so labor cost increases. Scientific cost analysis is difficult due to heterogeneous production loads. Now batch order production is suited for medium volume lot of the same variety, either to meet specific order or to satisfy demand of market. When the production of specific batch is terminated, the plant facilities are available for the production of other similar products as per market demand. As in job order production, the batch order production can be of the following three types: a batch produced only once, a batch produced repeatedly at irregular intervals when need arises, a batch produced periodically at known intervals to satisfy continuous demand. Batch production is very common feature in industries like machine tool manufacturing, press work, forging and casting processes, some glass manufacturing and chemical processes as well. So the characteristics of batch order is the work is of a bit repetitive nature, commonly used to meet repeated customer requirements, suitable for moderate product variety. Production equipment are of general purpose but suitable for higher production volume. Functional type of layout is adopted. Specially designed jigs and fixtures may be used to reduce setup time and improve the production rate. In this type of production, risk of marketing is very less since each production batch is decided as per market requirement, but it has some limitations also. They are: in comparison to continuous production, cost of sales and advertisement per unit is more, and since the raw material to be purchased are less in quantity than that is in the mass production, so the cost of the raw material is higher. Now if we go through the continuous production, this type of the production is normally associated with large quantities and with high rate of demand. So continuous production is a specialized manufacturing of identical products, goods for which the equipment machinery is fully engaged. Production rate is generally high, while in job order or batch order production, the rate of the production normally exceeds the rate of the demand. Continuous production is justified only when the production rate can be sustained by the market. In this type of the production, full advantages should be taken of repetitive operations in the design of the production aids such as special tools, fixture, positioners, material handling system and inspection devices, etc. Like in other type of the production, two types of the continuous production can be defined as follows: one is the mass production and second is the flow production. Now mass and flow production has some difference, and they are: in mass production, a large number of identical products is produced, but in spite of advanced mechanization and tooling, the equipment need not to be specially designed for one type of the product alone. Both the plant and equipment are flexible enough to deal with the other products involved in the same production processes. So without major modification, the equipment can be used for manufacturing other products in view of change in demand. In flow production, the plant, its machineries and layout are primarily designed to manufacture the product in question. Notable examples are automobile engine, household machinery and chemical plants, etc. A decision to switch over to a different kind of the product may not only result in the extensive tooling but also in the basic change in the layout and equipment policy, especially when special purpose machines and complex material handling systems are involved. Now the characteristics and suitability. The characteristics are: the semi-finished product keep on moving from one operation point to the succeeding operation point throughout the production processes. A separate machine or a number of machines of one type are used for one purpose or one process. Material, tool and products are standardized. Product variety is usually very low. Skill level of labor may be moderately low as repeated work on the same machine is required. Machine setting remains unchanged for considerable long periods. Production lot size is very high and production rate is continuous. Higher investment in machinery equipment is required due to the involvement of the specialized machine and special purpose operation, and where these type of production is suitable, it is suitable where there is a continuity in the demand and where operation can be well defined. Now sales and demand forecasting. So to decide the sale or the demand forecasting, first we have to do market research. So it is the analysis of the project or industrial enterprise to be started, modified or expanded, or it is a method of finding out facts which must be known before a decision regarding market policy is taken. Thus market research is a scientific method of determining what to produce, who the purchasers are, where are these located, how much products goods to be manufactured, when to sell and how to sell in order to maximize the service rendered and profits earned. There is a dynamic world in which profit opportunities are constantly changing, and efficient market research can only enable a producer or manufacturer to earn maximum while providing maximum satisfaction to consumer. Sales forecasting is the estimate of amount of sales to be expected from a item or the products for a future period of time. Except the industries based on job order, almost all enterprises produce in advance to meet the future requirement. Thus, accurate demand forecasting is essential for an enterprise to enable it to produce the required number of the items at right time. It further makes management in advance for raw material, machine and manpower etc. According to the American Market Association, that is AMA, demand forecast is defined as an estimate of sales in dollars, demand in physical units for a specified future period under a proposed marketing plan or program under an assured set of economic and other forces outside the unit for which the forecast is made. So need for forecasting. The management of the enterprise can take decision regarding operation, planning, scheduling, production programming, inventories of various types, physical distribution and projecting cash generation and operating profits on the basis of the sales forecast. Long-term demand forecast can help in deciding investment proposals such as modernization, expansion of existing units, diversification of product lines, etc. Demand forecasts are essential to make proper agreement for training the manpower in its own unit or sending them to the other industries in the country or abroad to meet the future needs of expertise. Now there are the types of the forecasting. One is the short term, one is the medium term, one is the long term. Short term, it may be defined as forecasting done for a relatively shorter period. The period may be of 1 month to 1 year depending upon the nature of the product. Generally, this type of the forecasting is done for a period of 1 year, but if the market demand fluctuates, market forecasting may be done only for a short period. Purpose of short forecasting: production policy. By knowing the future demand, the decision regarding production policy can be taken so that there is no problem of overproduction and short supply of input materials. Material requirement planning. By knowing the future demand, the availability of the right quantity and quality of material could be ensured. Purchase procedure. The purchase program could be decided depending upon the material requirement. Inventory control. Proper control of inventory could be ensured so that inventory carrying cost is minimum. Equipment requirement. Thus, decision regarding procurement of new equipment in view of the capacity and capability of the existing equipment can be taken. Manpower requirement. The decision regarding recruitment of extra labor on full time or part time can be taken. Finance. the arrangement of funds for the purchase of raw material, machine and parts could be made. Now, in case of the medium term forecasting, the range for medium range forecasting is from 1 to 5 years. The range is small, 1 to 5 years. The accuracy of the forecast increases. This is due to the better understanding of near future and relatively lesser uncertainty. The application of medium forecast is very useful in case of sales planning and sales force decisions, production planning, capital and cash planning, inventory planning. Method of forecasting. Medium range forecasting needs judgment as well as time series analysis. Combination of collective opinion, regression analysis, correlation of different index and inflation etc. may be useful in the forecasting. In long-term forecasting, the forecasting that covers a considerable period of time such as 5, 10, 20 years is called long-term forecasting. The period no doubt depends upon the nature of the business or type of the product the firm is engaged in the manufacturing. In many industries like steel plant, petroleum refinery or paper mills, where the total investment for the equipment infrastructure is quite high, long-term forecasting is needed. And the purpose of the long-term forecasting are to plan for the new unit of production or expansion of the existing unit or diversification of the lines of the production or shutdown of the existing unit depending upon the level of demand. To plan the long-term financial requirement for various needs and to make proper arrangement for the training the personnel so that manpower requirement of desired expertise can be met in future. Now, criteria for a good sales forecasting technique. There are many forecasting techniques, each having its own advantages and limitations. The suitability of any method basically depends upon the potential consumer and the nature of the product. The important role which quantity and quality of information plays in selection of the sales forecasting technique cannot be neglected. In general, an organization may utilize several forecasting techniques to anticipate the future demand of product and or services. Criteria for a good forecasting method may depend on any or all the following factors like time available for analysis, availability and accuracy of past data about the product, cost of developing and applying the forecast method, degree of accuracy expected from the forecast, complexity of various factors influencing future operations, length of the forecast period. So in this diagram you can see the criteria for a good sales forecasting technique. So thus, in the view of the factor mentioned above, the method of forecasting should be evaluated in terms of its practical application and cost. So cost versus benefits of the technique is a critical issue for the management. So you can see in this diagram, it will help in determining the best use of the data available to meet the real requirement and applying costly methods that provide greater accuracy. So on the y-axis we have taken cost, and on the x-axis we are having decreasing accuracy. So cost of inaccuracy is very high if the planning is not good. Methods of the economic indicators, regression analysis, time series analysis and qualitative methods, these methods are used for forecasting, and the forecasting should be on the real factors which are the governing factor of the market. So thank you so much. So in my next class I will deal with the remaining portion of unit 2nd. So till then, goodbye, thank you.